One. My name is Rainey Ray, and for those who don't know me, I am a gold leader in doTERRA. And all that means is that I love helping people and their pets get healthier using essential oils and essential oil infused products. So you can live a better quality life. I call this healthcare. You can call it well care, you can call it whatever you want. The goal is to be proactive with our health, so we don't have to be reactive. We can take care of ourselves in advance, so we don't have to worry about doing so much when we do feel unwell, because hopefully you'll feel unwell a lot less. So a lot of people have been asking me, what do I do? I'm not feeling well. One thing or another. There's a lot going on and being passed around right now. So I'm going to dive in today to talk to you about what you do at the first sign of not feeling your best. The first sign of not feeling your best, feeling unwell, any of those terms you want to put with it. So for those of you watching this, comment below so that I know you've seen this video. That would be great. And maybe give some ideas about what you do at your first sign of not feeling quite well. So I'm going to show you exactly how to use the oils. I find that when people start with oils, they're a little timid or they don't know what to do. So I'm going to show you exactly what to do, where to put them and how. People that are more experienced with oils sometimes don't think about the oils. And I want you to think about the oils as your first action step when you don't feel well. So the first thing you do at the sign of not feeling your best, whether it's a scratchy throat or whether you go, I feel something's coming on, you know that feeling. I do what I call an oil shot, okay? So what that means is, I ingest the oils. So if you're not comfortable ingesting the oils, then you can disregard this portion. And because we're also going to talk about aromatic and topical use of these oils. Okay. So the very first go-to that most of you have will be the top oils that came with your starter kit or that you've built up in your toolbox, in your bathroom cabinet, as we have to call it, as you've been with doTERRA for a little bit. So if you don't have these oils, you want to get them in your arsenal. They are extremely powerful. That's why they're our top oils. So grab a pen and paper, do whatever you need. I want you to have the top 10 oils for sure, and I'm going to list them. Most of you have these oils, as I said, and you have them in a straight form. So in the 15 ml bottles that we get from doTERRA, the kits generally have those. Okay. So, and especially the top 10 kits are the bottles, but doTERRA also makes pre-made rollers that are pre-diluted of most of these top 10 oils. They're really convenient to use for topical use. They're diluted, pre-diluted, so you don't have to mess around with it. And they're marvelous to have. I recommend that people get those as you're building up your toolbox. Okay. The straight oil, the ones that are in the bottles, the 15 ml bottles, you can make rollers from that. Remember, our rule of thumb is about 20 drops of each of the oils. Unless you get over about 4 or 5 oils, then you reduce it, the amount of each oil accordingly, and then top off with a carrier oil of your choice. We use fractionated coconut oil, generally speaking. Okay. But if you don't want to do any of the DIY stuff, then just buy the pre-made rollers. It's so easy. Okay. A couple of others, the top 10 oils that I want to talk about are lavender, lemon, peppermint, oregano, frankincense, On Guard, Digest Zen, Deep Blue, Breathe, and Tea Tree. Okay. There's a couple of other oils that I'm going to talk to you about today. And one is thyme, Thyme, which is really good for what we've been dealing with since 2020. And also I want to talk to you a little bit about Siberian fir and lime, okay, for respiratory support. So first things first, all right, when you start to have that first inkling that you're not feeling your best, that you feel a bit unwell, that you're a little off, either grab a shot glass, literally, okay, or a mug, okay, anything that's not plastic. So we use glass or porcelain or stainless steel. And what you're going to do is you're going to put these oils in, and the acronym is FLOOT, FLOOT. And I'm going to talk about adding a second T. Okay. So it stands for frankincense, lemon, on guard, oregano, and tea tree. Okay. So that's the original FLOOT. All right. So what you're going to want to do is you want to grab these oils, and I have most of them, as you can see, all except for oregano, I have with dropper tops because I use them all the time. All right. So what you would do is you would either, if you open up the bottle, there's a reducer in there that forms a drop. No big deal. I want you to put anywhere from 2 to 4 drops of each of these oils in the bottom of your shot glass or glass. Now, if you're very new to oils, use 1 to 2 drops. These oils are so potent that really more is not better. Okay. But what I do is I'll take either 2 or 4 drops of each of the oils in my shot glass. So that would be the frankincense. All right. Is what I would start with. And for frankincense, you know, that's the king of oils. Frankincense is good for so many things. I don't want to do a whole big conversation about each of these oils today, but you can Google that. And I'm going to talk to you about how to Google and find information on oils in just a few minutes. All right. So again, it's frankincense, lemon, on guard, oregano, tea tree, and lemon. So 2 to 4 drops of each. And then you very carefully put water in. And if you're doing it in a mug or something, put, you know, a good splash or 2 of water in, and then chug it. Okay. I like to fill it up with water again because there's a little residue, and then chug that. All right. I do not rinse through my mouth afterward. You may want to drink some water afterward, but don't rinse all of the oils out of your mouth because these are really good for oral health. Okay. So I sometimes will put a little extra lemon in because lemon is just so good for your liver and glutathione and overall cleansing. Okay. If you don't know what glutathione is, Google it. That's a whole conversation. All right. Oregano is very strong. It's actually a hot oil. Okay. So some people don't like the taste of it, but it's key to this oil shot. All right. And you're going to be, you know, drinking a little bit of water afterward anyway. No big deal. All right. You're not having this just sit in your mouth. You're just chugging it back. On Guard is our protective blend. Okay. This is, it has a little kick because it's got some hot oils in it, in the blend itself. Clove and cinnamon, you know, those are oils that are hot, we call them, because they have a big, strong effect on your taste buds and actually can be very strong on your skin also. So you can go through your book, your app, or Googling to read about the benefits of these oils. All right. Then the next one is tea tree. Okay. Now, interestingly, tea tree underwent a name change recently. We used to call it Melaleuca here in the US. And since we went through a name change, that was to be compliant in other countries. We are a global country. Tea tree no longer has the supplement facts on the bottle, okay? So they've made that label universal so that it fits all countries, regulatory agencies, all right? Some countries don't allow for oils to be ingested, all right? This is still on the FDA, this being tea tree, is still on the FDA GRAS list of oils that can be ingested. So it was just a change in the labeling, if you know what I mean. So you do what you're comfortable with. I am very comfortable ingesting this oil. It's the same exact oil as when it was labeled before and it had the supplement facts on it. So to me, it's no big deal, but you do whatever you're comfortable with, okay? Then if we are going to, as we said, when I told you, I always throw in a little extra lemon. If we're going to step it up a notch, okay, and since 2020, we add thyme oil, THYME. Again, I have a dropper top on this because I use it all the time, all right? So this would be flute with 2 T's, FLOOTT, okay? So the second T is for thyme oil. You can Google the benefits of thyme oil. You'll also see that thyme oil became very popular in the last time since March of 2020 because of its power for the immune system and for combating things that made us feel unwell without saying the word since 2020, okay? Thyme oil contains a chemical known as thymol, and so does our abode surface cleaner. And thymol, the US has found that it is effective for things that we've been dealing with since 2020, okay? So we want that in there. I am not permitted to say publicly the real benefits of these oils. That's why you get a third-party book. That's why you get an app. That's why you Google it. And, you know, people say, well, how do I Google it? Well, what I like to do is I would say, for example, in the Google search, I would say benefits of On Guard or benefits of thyme oil. And then you'll see a whole bunch of articles and things. So after you do the oil shot, as I said, don't rinse out your mouth. Leave the residue of the oils linger. It's great for your oral health. And if you're not interested in taking the oils internally, no big deal, okay? You can use them topically or aromatically. So what I tell people to do when it comes to the oil shot is, what we want to do is we want to do a loading dose, as we call that. So I would do an oil shot every 20 minutes for the first hour or 2, depending on how I'm feeling. And then do any 3 or 4 oil shots a day, just like you would an over-the-counter medication or a pharmaceutical, 2 to 4 drops, 2 to 4 times during the day until you feel really good. When I had what's currently going around, literally within 18 hours of using our oils, I felt, 95% better. So these oils are amazing for helping us. When it comes to regular things, the oils are also amazing too. So you can make a roller with this flute or flute with 2 T's. So that, remember, frankincense, lemon, On Guard, oregano, tea tree, and thyme. All right. So I would, in a 10 mil roller, that's a standard roller size, I would take 10 drops of each and then top it off with fractionated coconut oil. Okay. I use the rollers from doTERRA. They have ones you can buy a 6-pack of them. I think they're cheap. They're less than $5. Because they don't leak. All right. The doTERRA roller assembly is different. All right. It's wonderful. It does not leak. All right. But what I also like to do is I like to reuse the 15 ml bottles. So I have a link on my website for a very similar rollerball assembly that fits on the 15 and 5 ml doTERRA bottles. So if you go to greendogessentials.com, go to the supply link section and you'll see that and other stuff that we really love. So you would roll the flute, FLOTT, and I have it once again in a 15 ml bottle. You roll it on the bottom of your feet every day anyway, okay? And we rotate, we have several different immune boosting rollers that we rotate through in our house. And most of them are all in our Facebook group. And if you're not in that group, just reach out to me and we'll see about getting you in there. But the thing is that what you want to do, just like with anything else, is you want to do the flute roller every 20 minutes for the first hour or two, and bottom of the feet. And then I like to reach down my spine and up my spine as far as I can and apply the roller there also. Remember, oils circulate in our system within about 20 minutes, sometimes even less. All right. So you want to be doing a loading dose. So every time the oils are circulating, then add more in so that it's a constant flow of the oils into your system to really kick whatever it is to the curb. All right. And by the way, like I said, if you're doing an oil shot, then you do that every 20 minutes for the first hour or two, and then 3 to 4 times a day afterward as needed. So you can also take the doTERRA pre-made rollers, all right, and you can layer those if you don't want to make a roller on your own. So frankincense has a pre-made roller, all right, lemon does not, but On Guard does, oregano does, and tea tree does, okay? So what I would do, and these are all pre-diluted with fractionated coconut oil, ready to use, convenient, all right? I would roll each of these on, my spine and bottom of the feet, and then you could put a wee bit of lemon, a drop of lemon in your hand, rub your hands together, rub it on the bottom of your feet and on your spine, and also that thyme oil also to layer on top, because there will be enough carrier oil on your body to help you out with that sensitivity, if any of you had it. All right. So let's talk for a moment why we use a carrier oil. We use a carrier oil because these oils are volatile aromatic compounds. And as such, if you put them on your skin directly with no carrier oil, the majority is going to evaporate before it is absorbed in your system. So a carrier oil, we love fractionated coconut oil, FCO, because it's odorless and it has a very long shelf life. So if you use coconut oil, that's fine. If you're allergic and want to use almond oil or grapeseed oil, it doesn't matter. But applying that oil with a carrier oil will hold it on the skin longer. The other benefit is our oils are so pure and so potent that you can develop skin sensitivities. Some people are more sensitive than others. As many of you who follow me know, I was extremely sensitive to all things oils for a long time because I had been exposed to a hazardous material situation. And so for the longest time, I had to really, really uber dilute like a small child would have to. So either way, get these oils on. I love the pre-diluted, pre-made rollers from doTERRA. They're just so easy and wonderful. You can throw them in your bag to travel. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, okay? The other thing that I want to talk to you about is diffusing oils. So, well, before that, let's talk about this. Let's talk about lemon oil for a moment. You want to be hydrating when you're not feeling well. So make sure through the day that you're drinking your water with lemon oil in it. It's going to definitely be cleansing and refreshing to you, and it tastes good, and you'll be able to get quite a bit of water in throughout the day. Very important. All right. So let's talk about diffusing. You can diffuse these same flute oils. Okay. So it's a diffusing, the aromatic, breathing them in is a very powerful way to get these oils into your system. So every time you open up an oil, I don't care what it is or what you're using it for, make sure to bring it up to your nose and actually, open the bottle, smell it, okay, a couple deep breaths, and then use it or do whatever you're doing with it, okay? Because it'll go right into your olfactory system and up right into your brain, and it has a very, very good effect on your system quite quickly, okay? So when I start to feel unwell, I immediately diffuse, on guard, and breathe also, okay? So breathe, again, I have where is my breathe? Sorry about that. I have a dropper top on my breathe, okay? So breathe is our respiratory blend, okay? And as such, it also comes in a pre-made roller, okay? I love Breathe. Breathe was my gateway oil, as we say, the first oil that I ever tried with doTERRA. So beside that, Breathe also comes in a really easy to use stick that you can apply on your chest, okay? So when you come down with something, immediately diffuse, on guard, and breathe. It will clean the air and open your airways, okay? Breathe being our respiratory blend. And you can Google the benefits of Breathe. I want to keep this short here today. You'll be amazed, by the way. So Breathe was the first, as I said, doTERRA oil I used. I had seasonal discomforts, as we call it, and I inhaled Breathe, and immediately my symptoms were eased, including my nose stopped running, my eyes stopped watering. You know what I mean, okay? And I took a drop of Breathe, and all you do is take a drop of Breathe from the bottle, and come on, baby, there you go. And what you're going to want to do is rub it around like this. Take your other hand behind, make a tube, and go and breathe it in like you would an inhaler. And oh my gosh, it's great. Those oils, or you can just take that drop, cupped hands, deep breaths in, and I love to then take it and rub it on the back of my neck, okay? There's a little bit of oil enough left on that you can rub it on the base of your spine and even the top of your spine, okay? Breathe is just amazing. So grab your Breathe, whether it's the roller, your 15 ml bottle of Breathe, or the Breathe stick, as we call it. Either way, grab your Breathe and use it, all right? Another great combo when you are not feeling your best is thyme and lime. So again, you can Google the benefits of that amazing thyme oil, but lime is an oil that doesn't come with our starter kits, but you definitely want to get it, okay? You're going to want to get it to diffuse it. It is wonderful for cleansing and for respiratory and all of that, all right? So, and actually any diffuser that you're doing, and you should be diffusing around the clock in your house, okay? Especially when you're under the weather. But always, you can just put a drop of thyme in, even with other things. I don't love the smell of thyme being diffused, but I love to use it with other oils. It's in our nighttime diffuser, which always has Serenity, Breathe, Adaptive, and a little bit of thyme in it. And it's in most of our early morning diffusers anyway, just to get things going and make sure that we are taking care of staying well. All right. So the other thing that that you can do is you can make a roller with Siberian fir and lime, Siberian fir and lime. So why do we like these two? You make that roller, and I just had to make a new one. So I stuck a couple of label things on, caplet stickers, and I labeled the top. You can take this, always give it a little shimmy shake before, and put it on your chest. Okay. I had to make a new one because Tom's up north working and he took ours with. I love this. Awesome. All right. And this will help to open up your airways if that's something that's going on. By the way, you're going to definitely want to use breathe before you go and work out. I mentioned using it at night, and we use it at night to open our airways and increase the quality of our sleep. Okay. But before you're going to go work out, grab your breathe, roll it on your chest, roll it on your back, and it'll open your airways so you have more endurance because you're able to breathe in better during your workouts. You're going to find that it's really, really quite helpful. So that Siberian fir and lime roller for upper respiratory issues, what you're going to want to do is simply roll that on your chest frequently. It'll help to open up and clear out your chest of any gunk and stuff. Okay. So what I did when I made this roller is I put in 20 drops of Siberian fir and 20 drops of lime, and then top it off with coconut oil. Easy peasy. I'm not a DIY person, and if I can do it, anybody can do it. All right. You can use 10 to 20 drops of each oil, depending on how strong you want to use it. So, which leads me to remind you that it's not using a ton of oils and then not using any. That's not what's going to work. What's going to work is using oils, less oil more frequently. That's the ticket, like we talked about with that loading dose. Less oils more frequently. All right. Lime oil is a citrus oil. So I just have to tell you a little disclaimer here that lime oil and all the citrus oils are photosensitive. So that means it makes your skin more sensitive to the sun. So if you're like me, where you live in a warm climate, I live in Florida, Southwest Florida, love it. Then, or if you're going on vacation, or, or if it's summertime up north, please be mindful and only put your citrus oils where the sun don't shine. Okay. So, just be very mindful with that. If you are, in a hurry and you don't have a roller made, just take some coconut oil. Now, I love the doTERRA. Here it is, the doTERRA fractionated coconut oil. Okay. I had used coconut oil from Amazon and stuff that was supposed to be organic and pure and all that. This coconut oil from doTERRA is amazing. Okay. So plus, as you know, if you follow me, I take these bottles, peel off the label, and put oils in here. You can fit 7 15 ml bottles of oil in here to fill up our diffusers around the house with things that we normally use, like that nighttime diffuser, with the Serenity, Breathe, and Adaptive. I do 2 bottles each of those. That's 6 bottles, and then about a half bottle a time, and just swirl it around. And then I just put a pump or 2 in the diffuser. It's so easy. Okay. So quick and easy. If you want to, just put a little coconut oil in your hand and take a drop, for example, of that Siberian fir and lime, and shmooey it together, and then rub it on your chest if you don't have a roller made. So it doesn't matter. You've got the carrier oil there with, or take a little lotion. I happen to like the doTERRA hand and body lotion because it's it's very neutral, and yet it's not greasy. So you can add in oils and things without a scent conflicting. All right. So take a little bit of that, rub it around, and put that on wherever you want. Okay. I really love that. All right. So when you're thinking about using things like coconut oil, make sure that you're using, like our coconut oil, really pure, high quality carrier oil, because our oils are totally pure and potent. Okay. That's why we love doTERRA. So don't then just go grab some whatever carrier oil that may have other additives in it or impurities, because you want to keep what's going into your system pure, because we know things are absorbed very quickly in your system through your skin. Okay. So, I'm hoping that this is really simple, that it's just those simple oils from our top 10 that you're going to use at the first sign of not feeling well. All right. But now some people have some sinus issues. Okay. So most, if not all of you, have digeson. I use it every day, dropper top on the top of it. It also comes in a pre-made roller, okay, diluted. Believe it or not, you just take digeson, and you can take it right out of the bottle. I happen to just grab this, and you roll it over on your bridge of your nose and along here. Notice I'm not going up in the eye area, okay? I like to do this right before bed, and it clears out your sinuses. Ooh, that's good. And by morning, you're feeling a lot better, okay? That is an amazing trick. Even though digeson is our digestive blend, it's because of the oils that are in there that are wonderful. I take it every day for gut health. When you're not feeling well, make sure that you're paying attention to your gut health, because remember, your immune system is in the gut. Okay. So I take 2 drops of digeson every single morning and evening. Tom takes the digeson soft gel because he doesn't want to do an oil shot. No big deal. Okay. But who would have thought that it's an oil that also helps with your sinuses? All right. So if you have the 15 ml bottle of digeson, then just make a roller. Like I said, 20 drops, top it off with coconut oil, and use your roller at night as needed. You can use it straight out of the bottle. Sometimes I do that as needed if I have a sinusy thing. I'm not doing it every day, applying it topically out of the bottle. So really, I wouldn't develop a sensitivity, but it's up to you. Okay. So as I said, it's most effective at bedtime. You can put a little lotion on and then do it, whatever suits your skin type and your comfort level. But digeson is definitely one you want to have in your toolbox, and especially when you're not feeling well. So if you've got the roller, put it on the bottom of your feet, your abdomen, wherever, okay, to improve your digestive health and therefore your immunity. So also in the top 10 kit is peppermint. All right. So peppermint comes in the 15 ml, okay, which is wonderful. And it also comes in a pre-diluted roller. Okay. I love both of them. So if you don't have digeson, or if you don't have it with you, if you have sinus issues, grab your peppermint, because digeson has peppermint in it. And that's one of the things that helps to open up your sinuses. Do not get peppermint up around in your eyes. It does, burn a little. It'll pass. If it's too much for you, then take a little carrier oil and put that in your eye. Make sure it's pure, okay? And clean, good oil. Don't flush with water, or it will actually make it worse. But I find I just close my eyes and tear for a moment, and then it goes away. All right. So with peppermint, the other nice thing is, if you are warm from not feeling well, if you are warm from female time of the month, if you're warm from hot flashes, You can use peppermint, roll it on the back of your neck. You can also take a little container and put cold water or ice cubes in water, take peppermint, rinse through a cotton washcloth, wring it out and put it on your neck. It will lower down that heat in your body. And it's really, really helpful for all age groups when they're feeling that warmth from not feeling well. Okay, you know what I'm talking about. So peppermint is wonderful. Peppermint is like Breathe, one of the ones that you can grab to use before a workout, because it'll help to open up those airways too. Lavender, tea tree, and frankincense are my favorites for around the ears when those don't feel well, okay? Or if they're blocked a bit, or it's part of your not feeling your best, okay? So you can roll them on, because you can take frankincense, tea tree, and lavender pre-made rollers, okay? And roll it on. And when I say for the ear, what I want you to do is roll it behind, let me see if I can do this, behind the ear and up around to here. Not in the ear canal, okay? But behind the ear on the ear bone and up around to the front of the ear. You can even go all the way around, okay? But a lot of times doing that with those three, frankincense, lavender, and tea tree, will resolve a ton of issues that could go on with your ears when you're not feeling well. So those pre-diluted rollers are easy. You can make a roller of each of those. You can make a combo roller and use it that way, whatever suits your fancy. That I recommend getting the top 10 oils to begin with in the straight oil format in the 15 ml bottles. All right. Because then you can do a lot more with it. Okay. The other thing is, when you feel unwell, the last thing you want to do is have to make stuff. Where's the motivation? You feel terrible. You're laying in bed or on the couch or whatever. So make these things up ahead so that when you don't feel well, you can grab them, put them right beside you so that you're using them and rolling them on all the time. Remember, more frequently use of the oils to help you get over it, okay? And what's really cool is that I love these top 10 oils. I would love to also hear what you're doing and what you're using to help you stay healthy throughout the year. Okay, what are your pre-made things that are in your toolbox so you're ready to go if and when you don't feel well? Okay, I have found from using oils consistently for years that when I have gotten sick or don't feel well, it's very short-lived or lived, whatever way you want to pronounce that, okay? So that it's really not that big a deal, all right? So, the nice thing is you can start with a top 10 kit. If you're new to oils or help a friend that wants to get started, all right? But the nice thing is that we customers are allowed to buy one of these uber discounted starter kits with the top 10 oils each month. Okay, little known thing there. Okay, so you can get these oils into your home or stock up on them quite reasonably that way. And each of the starter kits, whether it's the Healthy Start or the Home Essentials, comes with a diffuser. So Healthy Start is all in 5 ml bottles, and the Home Essentials is the full size bottles. So 5 ml or 15 ml bottles. So grab your oils and have them ready to use when you feel the first sign of being unwell. Okay. Frankincense, lemon, lavender, peppermint, tea tree, oregano, Breathe, On Guard, Digest Zen, Deep Blue. Okay, if you don't have all of these, Deep blue is for our muscle aches and joints and things like that. Then put them on your next order, or grab one of those kits, those starter kits that are uber discounted, or just fill the gaps if you're missing some things so that you are ready. Add thyme oil, make sure you have that. Very, very important. Siberian fir and lime, incredibly important to have in your arsenal. Then make sure that you have these pre-made rollers from doTERRA. Actually, truth be known, my tea tree one is from the old, and I won't get rid of it, when we called it Melaleuca, and I just keep filling it up with 20 drops of tea tree and fractionated coconut oil, sometimes 30 drops I put in that roller just to make sure that it's got some oomph to it, okay? So have these around for kids. You can dilute things appropriately for kids, diffuse around the kids, use oils, and even on infants on the bottom of their feet. Our kids collection has great stuff in it to help kids that are not feeling well. And they're pre-diluted for all age groups, starting with infant. So children can really benefit from these. Don't be afraid, but do what you feel comfortable with. All right. Whether you use the kids' rollers or make your own, kids need this support too. Okay. So just remember, with little kids, you want to, if you're using an oil on their chest, you want to make sure that you then put one of their little outfits on to cover up so they're not touching their chest and then rubbing in their eyes and feeling any discomfort from that. If you're going to put it on the bottom of their feet of the little ones, put a sack on, okay, so that they're not touching or chewing on the bottom of their feet and getting it in their eyes, all right? Take extra of your probiotics, the PP Assist. Take extra of your enzymes, the Tirazyme. Take extra of, or make sure that you're taking your lifelong vitality, all right? So that you're staying healthy and being healthy from the inside out, all right? Remember, you can share this video with your friends or family. I'll have it loaded up into YouTube soon. And if you have any questions, reach out to the person that helped you get your account, okay? They are there to educate and support you. If you don't have an account or don't have anyone helping you with their account, then feel free to reach out to me or the person that shared this video with you, and we would love to help and support you. So I hope this helped. Simple top 10 oils, simple stuff to do as soon as you feel the first sign of feeling unwell. All right. So I hope everybody has a great day and happy oiling. Love you guys and take good care. Be well.